into the Negeri Sembilan paper 2, and just like the previous papers, what I will usually do is I will give you the answers, and I will discuss like certain steps. Some questions I might do a more in-depth explanation, but most of the questions I will just leave it as it is lah. Okay, I'll just show you how to do, and I hope that you can work this out before we begin our new school year. Wow, sorry, before we continue school in January next year. Okay, because as I said before, once you go back to school, there's going to be a lot of papers that's coming your way. So you want to kind of settle this paper so that you can move on to other papers lah. Okay, right. So just to remind you all that when we give you the paper, okay, hold on. Okay, so when we give you the paper, every paper actually has a formula list. Okay, your SPM has a formula list, and this is the only thing that they give you. So it's always good to know what are the formulas given. Okay, so the first one is the EQN one lah. Okay, this is solving quadratic equations. This is the third log law. The second one is the third log law. Okay, and then this one is all progressions. Okay, this one is the z-score. Sorry. Okay, so that's the z-score for counting the normal distribution. Okay, this is the binomial distribution formula. Okay, notice that they don't give you the formula for counting mean and variance. Okay, mean is NP, and then variance is NPQ. Okay, standard deviation is square root lah. Okay, this is permutation. This is combination formula. Okay, this is, oh sorry, this is permutation. This is combination, sorry. These two are index numbers. Okay, index numbers, and then the rest of it is all trigonometry. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is all trigonometry. Okay, and then 22, 23, 24 is solution of triangles. Okay, very basic formula list, but it's good enough for you to know how to answer the questions lah. Okay, so please get to know this, and I would suggest that actually if you can print out one copy of the formula list so that you can refer to it every time. Because when we photostat papers for you, we don't photostat the formula list as well. So they membazir kertas lah. So just print out one for yourself and really know all these formulas by heart, so that you know what you don't have to memorize and what you need to memorize, if any. Okay, I feel that having these 24 formulas, actually you don't need to memorize anything else again, because everything else is either you remember or you don't remember lah. Okay, so I hope that you can remember that. Okay, let's go to question number 1. So question number 1 is trigonometry question. Okay, and the first thing you ask is to sketch the graph of cos x minus half modulus from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, and then after that, be the same thing lah. Okay, draw a straight line, yada yada, and then nyatakan this one they changed the question a little bit. So I will probably discuss this question a little bit with you lah. So whenever we draw a graph, okay, the first thing we need to know is what is the graph that we are expecting. And I usually tell my students to avoid plot, and then lepas itu kasih sambung semua, because you may get the wrong idea. So our graph is y equals to cos x minus half, okay, modulus, from 0 to 2 pi. So the good news is the angles are pretty standard lah, 0 to 2 pi, okay. So we take the normal one first. If it is a cos x graph, y equals to cos x, the graph will look like this. Okay, highest is 1, lowest is negative 1, 0, and then this is 2 pi. Okay, that's the standard one. Okay, now then what we do is we negative half it. Okay, what does the negative half means? Means the whole graph kita turunkan menjadi we turunkan half a step. Okay, so how would this look like? Instead of 1, it will be at the half point, and instead of negative 1, it will be, if let's say, sorry, let's say this is, one, this is -1, it will be -3/2 or -1.5 lah. Okay, but the shape of the graph remains the same. Okay, the shape of the graph remains the same. I haven't modulus it yet lah. So saya lukis dulu, just to give me an idea of what it will look like. Okay, so it's bigger at the bottom. Now, finally, then we take into consideration the modulus. Okay, the modulus means anything that is down here has to pindah ke atas. So this whole thing down here will go all the way up. Okay, and instead of -3/2, it will go all the way to 3/2. So you are expecting this kind of shape. Okay, like this, and then like that. Okay, where there is a half over here, the 1 doesn't become very important anymore, but the highest is 3/2. That is what I want to see. Okay, so once you have visualized that, then you draw it out. You know that there is a half over here and there is a 3/2 somewhere up here. Okay, so the shape of the graph will be like this, goes all the way up and down, and then goes all the way up like that. Okay, where this is 2 pi. If you can just mark the halfway point as pi, for me, this is good enough. Okay, just show me this one. Okay, now the reason why I am so kind today is to show you how to answer this number 1 is because of the number 2 question, the B question. Okay, now hence, using the graph in 1a, solve the equation 2 cos x minus 1 plus pi equals to k for, yada, same, this one, if there are 4 solutions. So now the question has changed. Last time they asked you to draw a straight line and you count the number of solutions. But now they want you to determine the straight line that will give you 4 solutions. But first, you still have to do the same thing, which is to find the equation. Okay, so we have the 2 equations over here, the standard one, y equals to cos x minus half, and the other one is 2 cos x minus 1 plus pi equals to k. Am I right? 2 cos x minus 1 plus pi equals to k. Okay, so how do I fit this? Cos x minus half. Okay, modulus. How do I fit this y inside here? Okay, so the idea is don't let the modulus be a pengganggu. Okay, you can actually take out or factorize out the 2 in the modulus, which will give you 2 modulus cos x minus half plus pi equals to k. That way, we can put our cos x minus half in here. Okay, I factorize out the 2, satu akan jadi setengah lah, obviously. Okay, so I will get 2y plus half equals to k. Okay, and when I pindah-pindah, because that's the normal thing that we do, we pindah-pindah so that we can get a y lah. So you get y equals to k minus pi divided by 2. So that is the equation of the line that we want. Okay, so the equation of the line that we want is k minus half over 2. So I'm going to write it here, y equals to k minus half over 2. But the problem now is we need to find a line where we are going to get 4 solutions. Okay, we are going to get 4 solutions now. Now I'm going to go back to my old graph again. Okay, let's consider this this only the red line lah. Astaga. Okay. Okay, let's consider only this red line. Now, the only way I'm going to be able to get 4 solutions is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have a straight line like this lah. Okay, or if I have another straight line which is 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, straight line like this. Okay, if I draw a sengit line, okay, which is usually the case lah. Okay, if I draw a sengit line like this, this also can. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 also can. But you will find that all my lines must begin with half. Okay, all my lines must begin with half, either saying it this way or saying it downwards. Okay, and it must saying it downwards because if I saying it upwards, Okay, let me draw another one. Let's say if I sing it upwards like this, I can only get 1, 2, 3, 3 solutions, which cannot. I need 4 solutions. So it has to be this and below. Okay, so it always has to start from the half, which is the interesting thing lah. Okay, it always has to start from the half or anything below the half. Okay, anything below the half. So, which means to say that my y line okay, must be less than half. And it must be more than 0. My y cannot be a 0 line because, oh, hold on now. My y, what if I draw like this? If I start from 0, astaga. If I start from 0 and I draw like this, can I get 4 solutions? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I'll get 4 solutions. Okay, fine. My y has to be, yeah, more than 0 lah. Okay, less than half and more than 0. Okay, so because of that, I will get k minus half over 2 is less than 0 and more than half. So because the question asks for this, the question asks for state the range of k in terms of pi. Okay, we want to find where there is, 4 solutions altogether lah. Okay, so when we do that, what we will get is, okay, so the first thing is saya darab 2, kedua-dua belah lah. So 0 is less than k minus half less than 1. Okay, then I pindah the pi across. So I get k is less than pi. Pi plus 1, okay, is less than pi. And this will be the answer that I get. Okay, which is a different answer than the answer that I'm showing you now. Okay, so I want to be honest with you lah. When I did this, I tried so hard trying to figure out macam mana mau dapat ini pi. This part lah, the right side, yang sebelah kanan ni yang I'm very stuck. I don't know how to get this half plus pi. Okay, so I've been trying to figure this out for the past few days, and I haven't asked Puan Lim lah. Puan Lim hasn't come back to me on this, but I think she also cannot. She also is trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, but I think that if you ask me, it will definitely be this lah. The y value must be between 0 to half. That one I know for sure, because anything more than half, if the y is more than half, then you will get the, weird this one lah. You won't get 4 solutions. You only get 3 solutions. So ini saya tahu adalah betul. Okay, but how is it that they got the answer that they gave me in the marking scheme? I don't know. Okay, but if there's nothing changed, I think this is the answer. I think so lah. Okay, I think this is the answer. Okay, if I manage to have some new revelation that tells me, alamak, Marcus kau salah sudah, then I will let you know. Okay, as soon as possible. But until I get that revelation atau ilham daripada Tuhan, okay, unfortunately I can only do this for now lah. Okay, so this is Marcus's answer. Okay, and this is the marking scheme punya answer. Okay, if you can figure out how to get the marking scheme punya answer, please let me know. Okay, then I will consider how you do it lah. Okay, but the graph is definitely correct. Graph itu B saja lah, B saja yang ada masalah ni kalau saya lah. Okay. Oh no, Sean. Yong also didn't manage to get the answer as the marking scheme. He got a totally different answer. So we are also equally as stumped. Okay, so maybe Sean, you can tell us how you got the answer later lah. Okay, number 2. As an early preparation to celebrate the Lantern Festival, Maylene wishes to hang a few pieces of lantern at her house yard. Okay. Poles of height 3 meters, okay, has a distance of 3 meters between each other, and then suddenly you're given the minimum height of the rope from the ground is 200 cm. Now we seem to see this kind of pattern in questions that have to do with quadratic equations. Okay, and we find out that they give you situations where you have to put your own coordinates on it. Okay, so if you think about it, okay, let's say minimum height of the rope from the ground is here. Okay, that's the minimum height of the rope lah. Okay, paling bawah. And they say that this is 200 cm. Okay, this whole thing, if this is the origin, which is 0, 0, and this whole thing is 3 meters is 300 centimeters lah. So we know that this is 300. Okay, so we can say that this coordinate here is 150 and 200. Okay, coordinate di sini is 150 and 200. Okay, on top over here, this coordinate over here is 300 and 300 lah. Ini biasa lah. Okay, and this one will be 0 and 300. Now, with all this information, actually, you can answer number 1 already. Find the equation of the parabolic shaped rope in the form of this one. Fx equals to ax minus p squared plus q. Okay, the answer is given here. This answer is definitely correct. 1/225, x minus 150 squared plus 200. The only clue I'm going to give you is that this is the minimum point. And the minimum point is negative p and q. Okay, that's all I'm going to give you. Oh, astaga, they give you already. Okay, fine. Okay, the negative p and the q is given over there. Okay, so you can actually form and you can find the value of a, okay, by using any one of these coordinates to help you to find the value of a. Totally, it's quite easy lah. Okay, can be done. Okay, so you get the answer 1/225, blah, 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 blah. Okay, once you have this one, okay, once you have this answer, you will need this answer for question B. Okay, so Maylin plans to hang N lanterns vertically at a tiered point K, okay, on the rope. So point K is located 1 meter away from the pole. That means the X coordinate here is 100. This is 1 meter away lah. Okay, then if the height of the lantern is 20 cm and Maylin fixed the minimum height of the base of the lantern from the ground to be 150. Okay, so that means lepas kau gantung, bahkan paling bawah di sini, okay, paling bawah di sini adalah 150 cm. So you know that this coordinate, the minimum coordinate now has become 100 and 150. Okay, the new x and y coordinate has become 100 and 150. The question is, how many lanterns can be hung by Maylin? Okay, so I want to know, what is this y coordinate here? Apa ni, this is 100 and this is y. I want to know what is this y coordinate here. Okay, I want to know what's this y coordinate, and then I minus with the 150. Okay, untuk mendapatkan how many lanterns I can hang over here. Okay, I repeat. I need to find this y coordinate first. Saya kena cari coordinate titik K. Okay, I need to find the original y coordinate first. Then lepas saya gantung all the lanterns, dia akan menurun sampai ke 150. Dan itu adalah paling bawah di sini tau. So this difference, y minus 150, will be this difference. Okay, the difference where you can put all the lanterns lah. And if one lantern is 20 cm high, then you can divide by 20 to find out how many lanterns you can put. And you will find that the answer is 3 lanterns. It's a very long calculation just to count 3 lanterns. But yeah, that's how it is. Okay. So find the y coordinate, use this equation, find the y coordinate, then you minus the 150, and then you can get how many lanterns there are. Okay, because when you minus the 150, you will get the amount of space there is for the lanterns that you can hang. You just divide by 20 lah. You should be able to get the answer around 3 lah. I think the answer is at 3.04 or something like that lah. Okay, you should be able to get around 3. And so we find that quadratic equation, this is not the first time I'm seeing this kind of question. They give you a situation and they expect you to put in the coordinate yourself. They give you all this information. Okay. Now, there is also another possible question that may come from this is, why can't we use the 3 instead of 300? You know, why do we want to use 100, 100, 100 lah? Okay, let me tell you this. Even if you use the 3, and then this one you change to 1.5 lah, this one you change to 1 lah, 1.5 and 2 lah, actually it's not a problem. Okay, it's actually no problem at all. But we find that because the lantern is 20 cm, it makes sense lah, you know, to change everything to centimeters. Okay, dia menjadikan kita punya kehidupan senang sikit lah. Okay, if you do everything in centimeters as opposed to in meters. But if you give your answer in meters, then your answer for fx will be slightly different lah. Okay, it will be slightly different, but it's also possible. So if you have done this question and you did it in meters, just show me your answer, and you know, I will double check it for you lah. But one way to know that you have gotten the answer correct is if your answer for B is 3 lanterns. This one is very confirm. Whether you use meter or centimeter, you can only hang 3 lanterns lah. Okay, so you hang 3 lanterns, and then if you get an answer already, then most likely your A answer is also correct. Okay. Okay, never mind, don't worry. I will post this video again so that you can refer to it, and when you are doing this question, okay. Like I said last week, the idea is just to discuss the paper, but not really to show you the solution. I want you to figure out the solution, you know, after this lesson. Okay, this one is hanya untuk mendapatkan ilham saja. Okay, so you have a point R that moves along the arc of a circle with the center 3, 2. Okay, I'm going to draw this out because this is a little bit, this one. So we have the R, which is a moving point, sorry. R is a moving point. Okay, so the center is 3, 2. Okay, 3 and 2. This is the center. So R is the moving point along the locus. Okay, it's a locus, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to put this point R over here. And then they say that the arc passes through 6, 0 and TH4. What it means that is along the R, there is going to be 1, 6, 0, and another one is H and 4. Okay, that's what this means. Okay, that's what this means. T, H, and 4. So the question is find the equation of the locus of point R. Now, if point R is a locus, usually we give the X and Y lah. Okay, and usually when we do this, we will do X minus 3 squared plus Y minus 2 squared square root. But we need it to equal to something. Okay, and it is actually equals to the radius. Okay, but the problem is they didn't give you the radius. So how do you find the radius? You find the radius from QS. Okay, because S is on the locus as well. So, you know, so I'm going to leave this here like this lah. Okay, equals to the distance of QS. Okay, I'm going to leave this here like this. Then you and you should be able to get this answer lah. X squared plus Y squared minus 6X minus 4Y equals to 0. Okay, then how do you find the values of H? You substitute Y equals to 4 and you solve, and X equals to H. So X equals to H, Y equals to 4, and then solve. Okay, to find H. You will get 2 values. Definitely you get 2 values, which is 0 and 6. So of course, this equation becomes very important lah. Okay, you substitute the Y as 4, X as H, and you solve to find H. Okay, question B. The tangent to the circle at point S, okay, intersects the y-axis at point M. Now, at first glance, it seems that A and B are not related, but actually they are. If you notice that actually B still is under this rule. You know. Okay, dia masih lagi di sini. There was a student that asked me, where is the circle and where is this one? I say actually it's still under that, you know, under this part lah. So, is some people, they thought that, this question B is like a totally separate question. Then they're like, where's the diagram? Where's the diagram? Actually, it's still connected to the question A. Okay, so the tangent to the circle at point S intersects with the y-axis at point N. Okay, intersects with the y-axis means that it is a y-intercept. Y-intercept means x equals to 0. That one you must know. Okay, so let's see. Tangent means this one lah. Okay, this line over here. Somehow it intersects at this y-axis at point N. This is the y. Okay, point N. Where we know point N is actually 0 and we don't know what is the y coordinate lah. Sekejap lagi kita akan cari lah. Okay, after a while we will find. So the question is, how do you find the area of the triangle OSN? Okay, we have O, which is the origin. Okay, fine. No, O is origin. OSN. Okay, so O is the origin. S we already have. Okay, S is this. O is the origin. 0, 0. Okay, the problem is how do we find this N, which is 0 and Y. Okay, now what is the meaning of tangent? Tangent to a circle means that the radius and the tangent is 90 degrees. And what do we know about 90 degrees? 90 degrees is m1, m2 equals to -1. Okay, so how are you going to find the coordinate of y? Okay, so you need to find the gradient. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you step by step now. Okay, number one, find the gradient of QS. Okay, and then secondly, find the gradient of Sn. Use m1, m2 equals to -1. Okay, and then use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equals to the gradient of Sn to find the coordinate of y. Okay, and then finally, it's like so many, this one for just 2 marks. Finally, find the area, okay, of OSN. Okay, so it's like a step-by-step process. And yes, I know it is only 3 marks. It seems like a lot of work for 3 marks, but yeah, there you go. Okay, the answer is 27 units squared. Okay, so when we answer coordinate geometry questions, we have to be aware of this lah. Okay, tangent, when we hear the words tangent, we need to know, okay, tangent means it's 90 degrees to something. Okay, and most likely in a circle is 90 degrees to the radius lah. Okay, so you get 27 units squared. Okay, so far so good. Man, don't worry. Just listen and try and copy as much as you can. If you're stuck or if I'm going too fast, you can watch this video again later and try to answer it on your own. Okay, I really hope that you can do that, because that's the point of this. Okay, it's not for me to give you the step-by-step, play-by-play how to do it, but more on how to answer the questions. Okay, number 4, diagram 2 shows the straight line y plus x equals to 6. Yeah. Okay, that intersects part of the curve y squared yada yada. Point Q lies on the y-axis. Okay, now this one is a clue lah. Point Q lies on the y-axis, and you know that again at y-intercept means x is 0. So you know that immediately that this coordinate is y is 0 and 6. Because I substitute 0 in here, I'll get y equals to 6. Okay, these are things that I don't have to tell you lah. Okay, I hope you know after a while lah. Okay, so the first question is shade the region bounded by the curve y squared equals to 2x minus 4. The straight line y plus x equals to 6. Okay, so you're here and then both axes. So here and here. So you find that when you look at everything, there's only one region where all 4 lines, okay, are in that region, which is this region. Okay, and only that region. Okay, this region, kenapa tidak? Sebab it is not bounded by the y-axis. Y-axis tiada wujud di sini. So you cannot, it has to be keempat-empat itu ada di dalam region tersebut. Okay. Yeah, so there's one mark lah, show you. Okay, how do we find the area of this region? Okay, now if you look at it now, this is very obvious. You have to go towards dy. Okay, it doesn't make sense to find towards dx. Okay, because it's a very big headache. Cuma, when you do it towards dy, you will have to adjust some things lah. Okay, first of all, you need to find this point. Okay, you need to find point P, which is the point of intersection. Again, the point of intersection. Okay, point of intersection is y equals to y. So this one will be y plus x equals to 6. Or you know what? We can make it x equals to x, sorry. X equals to 6 minus y. This one will be y squared plus 4 over 2 equals to x. So ini kau kasih jadi sama dengan ini. Y squared plus 4 over 2 equals to 6 minus x. 6 minus y, sorry. Okay, and what you will get is you will get, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one is, how much is it now? Is it 2? Yeah, okay, it's 2. So you will get this one value is 2. Okay, I'm going to tell you that now. So the area of the shaded region is the area of the triangle. Okay, triangle plus the integration from 0 to 2. Okay, 0 to 2 of which curve? Of which line? Of this line. Okay, of x towards dy. X towards dy. Okay, which means that since we already done this in x, so this makes it much easier. So this will be half y squared plus 2 equals to x. So integrating this is much easier job. Okay, so once you do that and you substitute everything correctly, you should be able to get the answer 40 over 3. Now the hard part comes when you have to find the volume. The volume is a big problem now. Okay, so same thing. We still have to do one part and one integrate. Now, triangle, bila kita kisarkan, when we turn it, a triangle will become a cone. Okay, so it is the volume of cone. Okay, so I hope that at this point, you also realize that things like volume, area, surface area, all these things, memang tidak akan diberi. You are expected to know this by heart. Okay, so volume of cone, volume of sphere, volume of pyramid, volume of cylinder, all these things are not given to you. Okay, if you don't know it, that's it lah. Okay, so yeah, nobody can help you, only yourself. Okay, so this will be volume of cone plus the volume of 0 to 2. So pi 0 to 2 x squared dy. So this is where the problem comes in. You have to x square it. Okay, so if x is y half y squared plus 2, so x squared, okay, x squared will be half y squared plus 2 squared. Okay, which will give you a very long, this one lah. Okay, so this will give you 1 over 4 y to the power of 4 plus 2y squared plus 4. I think so. Am I right? Oh. Plus 2y plus 4. Okay, you can do that. Then you integrate it from 0 to 2. And again, everyone, leave your answer in pi. Okay, you don't have to substitute pi. Even this volume of cone is 1 over 3 pi r squared. Sorry, pi r cubed. 1 over 3 pi r cubed. So the pi, leave it as it is. Tak payah ganti 22/7. Okay, then you get the answer 544 over 15 pi. Okay, this one I feel, let me look at who is in this class. Okay, with the exception of Jacinta and Vena, I don't know who is Vena, sorry. But anyway, thank you for joining us. With the exception of Jacinta and Vena, I think everybody in this class should be able to do this question. You should be able to do this now. Okay, doesn't matter whether you're faster or slower, but yeah, you should be able to do this. So give this a try. Okay, it's not. This is not a difficult question per se, except that the langkah kerja is sangat banyak for markah yang sangat sikit lah. Itu adalah perkara yang biasa lah. Okay, so 544 over 15 pi. Okay. All right. Question number 5. Question number 5 is one of those questions where when I look at it, I'm like, this is also you want to ask, but yeah lah. There you go. Okay. 9x equals to 12. And then you are expected to write 27x in third form. Okay, this one I'm going to show this to you. I think it's important that I do. So 9x equals to 12 is the one that you're given. Okay, so obviously 9 we can change it to 3 to the power of 2x lah, equals to, now the 12 I can change it to 3 times 4. Okay, 3 times 4. And now, since there is a quasi dual over here, I can square root both sides. Okay, I can square root both sides. So I will get 3 to the power of x equals to square root of 3 times the square root of 4. Okay, I square root both sides lah. Square root both sides. Square root means you times with the power of half. Okay, same thing lah. Okay, so this will give me 2 square root of 3. Now, why is this important? Because the question asks for 27 to the power of x. 27 to the power of x. 27 to the power of x is actually 3 to the power of 3x. Okay, 3 to the power of 3x. And I can take out the 3 to the power of x lah. So 3 to the power of x, the whole thing, power of 3. And I know that 3 to the power of x is 2 square root 3. So 2 square root 3, the whole thing to the power of 3. Now, if at this point you feel like, astaga, the third is such a border, it is a border, but not that difficult lah. Okay, so you can just do 2 times 2 times 2 times square root 3 times square root 3 times square root 3. What are you left with? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Square root 3 times square root 3 is 3. 3 times square root 3 will be 3 and then square root and 3 lah. Okay, so 8 times 3 will be 24 square root 3. And this will be your final answer. All this for 3 marks. It's like, wow. Yeah, but yeah, that's how you do it. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Okay. So I want to show you this one because it's pretty interesting. Okay. Question B. KT is the number of toys produced by a production line in a factory. Okay, given the productivity of the production line follows the function of yada yada. Okay, you're given the function here. Okay, where T is time in minutes. So find the time needed in minutes to produce 10 units of toys. So 10 units of toys is KT lah, because KT is the number of toys. So basically what it's trying to ask you to do is, this one equals to 10, solve this equation. Okay, you solve this equation. So I'm going to leave this here with you like this. Okay, kita kasih sama dengan 10, terus kau solve lah. But I want to tell you that actually there are 2 answers for T. Okay, you will get 2 T answers, which is T equals to 50 and T equals to 974. But T equals to 50, we have to reject. Okay, why do we have to reject T equals to 50? Because when we substitute T equals to 50 over here, kita akan dapat 2500 minus 50 squared, which will give you 0. Okay, and there's no such thing as log 2, 0. Okay, log 0 will give you a math error. Okay, so, and you know, when I was doing this question, I was like, what? Dua markas saja. It's only 2 marks, you know, but you have to do everything, and then after that come to a conclusion. Okay, t equals to 50, t equals to 974. We have to reject the 50. You don't have to say why lah, thank God. You don't have to say why, but you have to reject the 50. You cannot give both the answers. If you give both the answers, it will be marked as wrong. Because the only acceptable answer is the one in red color, which is 974. Okay, so T sama dengan 974 sebab kalau T sama dengan 50, kamu akan dapat situasi log 0. Log 0 tiada nilai. Okay, so it's undefined lah. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, question C, diagram 3 shows the graphs of function yada yada. We have seen a similar question to this when we were doing a question like, I don't know when lah. There's a previous question that's very similar to this. Okay, so if we find that it is an image of a graph of function that is under a reflection, usually we refer this to inverse function. Okay, so the inverse, so the function of f is actually the inverse function of g. Okay, so f is the inverse of g, okay, which is g minus 1. Okay, so when we inverse, so you do the normal inverse stuff. Just remember that the ln, okay, ln or the natural log, dia punya inverse adalah e, okay, the exponential factor. Okay, so bila kamu pindah-pindah, you will know this lah. Bila kamu pindah-pindah, when you pindah the ln to the other side, it becomes a e, okay, to the power of what? So you get this answer, fx equals to e to the power of x minus 2, okay, minus 2. Okay, of all the questions, C is the easiest lah. So dia pindah-pindah saja. A boleh lah, okay, A boleh. Tapi B yang macam tidak berbaloi lah kalau 2 markas saja lah. I feel like it's too much work for 2 marks. But there we go lah, okay. And maths nowadays, banyak langkah kerja tapi sikit markah. Okay, macam reality kehidupan pula kan. You work so hard only for 1,200 ringgit per month. Okay, so yeah. So give this a try. It's a good question, but there's a lot of work lah. Okay, number 6. Number 6 also, actually I got a problem with this question, but we can try this lah. Okay, astronomer use a mathematical model to predict the collision between a planet and an asteroid. Okay, so collision is quite okay lah, because collision means they are the point of intersection. Okay, they are, you know, this one. So you are given the locus is this one, and the locus of the movement of the asteroid is this one, ky plus x equals to 3. Okay, find the range if the collision will not happen. Okay, collision will not happen means that this locus and this line does not meet. When you hear the words does not meet, you're thinking of b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, but how do I find the b squared minus 4ac equals to 0? Okay, so I start with the locus, x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 5y equals to 1, and I'm given ky plus x equals to 3. Okay, so maybe the best way is I make this x equals to 3 minus ky, and then I substitute in here, okay, to perform the simultaneous equations. Okay, then I simplify to get a quadratic equation. Okay, and then I use b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, so whenever we use this, b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, okay, we're going to probably nampak something like this lah. Okay, and our answer is this one, 0.4690 is less than k is less than 4.53. So probably here is 0.4690, here is 4.53. Okay, this is what we expect to get. Okay, to get the final answer. Okay, this one 4 marks. Saya rasa berbaloi sikit lah. Okay, then then here comes the weird question now. Find the possible location, okay, where the collision might happen if the range of k is 3 is less than k is less than 6. So now they say that the collision might happen. Okay, collision might happen, tetapi dengan syarat k adalah antara 3 dan 6. Now, when you look at this, this only means that there's only 2 possible values of k. Okay, either k equals to 4 or k equals to 5. Okay, k equals to 4, k equals to 5. So the question is, you want to find the x and the y coordinates lah, but you have to find the value of k. Okay, you have to find the value of k. So, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to kind of show this to you now. Okay, what you will get, or what you might get now. Okay, what you might get now, the quadratic equation that you will get is k squared plus 1 y squared plus 5 minus 4k y plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, this is the quadratic equation that you should get. So the question is asking, the question is asking, the collision will happen if k is either 4 or 5. Okay, and then they say use a suitable value of k where k is an integer. Means either 4 or 5 lah, cannot be 4.1, 4.3, 4.5. 那个semua bukan integer lah. Okay, integer hanya 4 dan 5. Now, this answer that I'm giving you is lepas saya ganti k sama dengan 5. Okay, I'm using k equals to 5. Okay, then I get this will be 26y squared plus minus 5 minus 20, 15y plus 2 equals to 0. Then I EQN to get the value of y lah. Okay, which I will get this. Okay, then I EQN, then I substitute inside here to get the value of x. Okay, but my question is, why did the marking scheme use the answer 5? What is wrong with 4? Why we can't use 4? Okay, number 7. Number 7 is a progressions question, and this is a pretty simple progressions question compared to the previous question, which is level. Okay, so first 3 terms in the arithmetic progression is 7k, 14k, 21k. Okay, arithmetic now. Okay, so where k is an integer, the nth term is 1008. Okay, so this is Tn is 1008. So find an expression for the number of terms in this progression, okay, in terms of k. So you want to find the expression for n. Okay, I'm only going to give you a clue. Okay, start with this. Tn equals to 1008. So you're going to have 1008 equals to a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, substitute a, substitute d. Then you pindah supaya kamu dapat n sama dengan, this is the answer, 144 over k. Okay, now find the sum of the first n terms of the progression in terms of k. That means you want to find 7k plus 14k plus 21k plus yada 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 all the way to 1008. Okay, so you are given the first term and the last term. So you can use the formula Sn equals to n over 2 a plus l. You substitute n from question A, you substitute A, you substitute L, which is 1008. Okay, and you should be able to get this answer, 504 plus 72576 over k. It's quite a simple question. Okay, but this formula is not given. Okay, let me remind you, this formula is the first and the last one is not given. Dia hanya bagi, kalau saya tidak silap, dia hanya bagi they only give the normal ones. Okay, they don't give you the Sn equals to n over 2a plus n. First and the last, tiada by. Okay, they only give you the normal formulas. So it's good for you to know this one. Okay, the a plus n one. What happened to my this one? Oh no, the padam sudah. Sorry. Okay. Oh, it's there, but it's there. Here it is. Okay. So this formula is not given, everybody. Okay, you have to know this now. Okay, seorang penunggang, sorry, an equestrian wants to buy a horse for 10,000 ringgit. This is also another no-brainer question. Diagram 4 shows a piece of horseshoe. There are two methods to buy the horse. The first method is you pay $10,000, 10,000 ringgit, you get the horse. Okay. The second method is payment of the nails needed by the horse. Okay. So you find that one horseshoe, satu tapak kaki kuda, you need 5 nails. So if you have 4 legs, which normal horses have, you will need 20 nails lah. Okay, 20 nails. So you're talking about 1 cent, 2 cent, and 4 cent, and so on and so forth. So you're thinking of 1 cent, 2 cent, 4 cent. The next one is 8 cent, and then 16 cent, and then so on and so forth. For 20 nails altogether. Okay, for 20 nails. So the question is, which is more cost effective? Okay, the answer is the first method. Okay, and how do you know? And when I saw this question, I was like, oh yeah, actually, it seems that buying the nails is cheaper lah, because the first nail is only 1 cent. The second nail is only 2 cents. And you only need to buy 20 nails. Okay, so you need to calculate. Okay, you find the Sn first. S20 lah. Okay, S20. This one, the A is 1 and the R is 2, because this one. And then S20, you find S20 to find the cost. Okay, the total cost of all the nails. Lepas itu kamu compare. You will find that actually buying the nails is more expensive. I also cannot believe that. I know. I was like, huh, really? Buying the nails is more expensive than paying 10,000 ringgit in cash. Okay, and dia adalah lebih sebanyak 485 ringgit and 75 cents. Means the total cost to buy 20 nails is 10485.75. Okay, you will get this answer. Okay, really doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, there you go. Can one, betul. Okay, so 20 nails for 10,485 ringgit and 75 cents. So it's cheaper to pay the 10,000 ringgit in cash, okay, than to buy one by one the nail, because every nail you buy, you increase the price and you have to buy 20 nails altogether. Okay, so it's more cost effective that way. All right, give this a try. Okay, let's take a short break because we are about to hit this question 8 now, which is the longest question for the day. I will finish this paper today, but number 8 is a really long question. Maybe during this break, what you can do is you can read this question 8, okay, and see what you can understand from it. Okay, just give me about 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, let's come back to this. Okay, so you have 5 tenths. Okay, you have 5 tenths A, B, C, D, E plus the secretariat 10. Okay, urus setia punya kemala. Okay, now let's read. So it says that 10A is situated 200 meters from the secretariat 10O. Okay, so this to here is 200 meters. Okay, 10B is situated 800 meters from secretariat 10O. Okay, so and in the direction of OA. Maksudnya dia satu baris. Okay, so I'm going to extend this. Now, if it is 800 meters, then I know this is 600 meters. Okay, I'm going to put points over here. Okay. Thirdly, 10D is situated 300 meters from the secretariat 10O. Okay, so over here is 300 meters. I'm going to point here. Okay. And 10E is situated 750 meters from D, okay, not from O, in the direction of OD. So over here sampai sini, this is 750. Okay. Hence ACE are situated on a straight line such that the distance of 10C from 10E is 4 times the distance from 10A. So first of all, we draw the straight line. Okay, ACE is one straight line like this. Okay, ACE. And CE is 4 times from A. So that means this is 4 and this is 1. Not 400, 100, just 4 times, so we don't know what is the actual length. Okay. Then they say using P to represent 100 meters in the direction of OA. Okay, so let's talk about this. So if every 100 meters is P, 200 would be 2P. Okay, so this will be 2P. And this 600 will be 6P. Okay, so it's 6P. And then now for Q is different now. Q is 150 meters. Okay, in the direction of OD. Okay, 150 meters. So that means OD instead of 300, since every 150 meters is Q, okay, so sorry, this will be 2Q, and this will be 750 will be 5Q. 5Q, right? 750. Yeah, should be 5Q lah. Okay, 300 meters is 2Q. 750 should be 5Q. Okay, then express in terms of PAQ, OC. Okay, so we have all this information, and now I want to find OC, which is this. I'm only going to give you a clue. So OC will be equals to OA plus AC. But the problem is we need to find AC. Okay, so how to find AC? Okay, how to find AC? AC is okay, AC is 1 over 5 AE. AC is 1 over 5 AE. So you have to find AE, which is 1 over 5 AO plus OE. Okay. 1 over 5 AO plus OE. Sorry, 1 over 5. So AO, you have AO is negative 2P, and then OE is 7Q lah. Okay, you can do that. So you work your way around that way. Okay, so you should be able to get this answer. 8 over 5P plus 7 over 5Q. So long. Okay, BC is easier. Okay, BC is this one. I run out of colors already. Okay, BC is this. BC, okay, will be BO plus OC. BA, sorry, BA plus AC, easier lah. Okay, and BA is easy lah because A to B is 6P. So BA with negative 6P. AC, AC you already found from question number 1, which is this. So you just substitute in, you can find the D. Okay, you will get something like this. Okay, negative 32 over 5P plus 7 over 5Q. Okay, but that's not the half of it lah. The second part is the one which is quite confusing. Okay, now if someone uses a binocular to observe tent B from tent D, determine whether tent B can be seen without being blocked by tent C or otherwise. Okay, so prove your answer mathematically. So we have to assume first that these three are on a straight line. Okay, so you know these three are on a straight line, and you know, and we can get and if these three are on a straight line, okay, then I can say that BC equals to I'm going to give a letter, a random letter lah. K, B, D. Okay. I can also use CD if I want lah. I guess I can use CD if I want, but I will use BD lah because BD is easier. BO plus OD. Okay. Now, when we do this, okay, so the idea is this. If the K values are the same, then B, C, D are in one line. Okay. If the K values are the same, when you compare, then B, C, and D, dia akan berada dalam satu baris. Dan kalau dia berada dalam satu baris, you cannot be seen lah. Kan? Si kemah C akan menghalang Samad daripada menengok, kemah B. Because Samad is here. Sorry. Samad is here. Dia mau tengok kemah B for some reason or another lah. Okay. Kalau dia punya nilai K adalah sama, then B, C, D is in one line and therefore cannot be seen. Okay. So when we take this BC is this. Okay. Negative 32 over 5P plus 7 over 5Q equals to K. Okay. Then BD, BD is BO plus OD. Okay. Negative 8P plus 2Q. Negative 8P plus 2Q. Okay. Now, lepas itu kita bandingkan the vector lah. Okay. Again, for vector, we never pindah-pindah. We always bandingkan. So we get negative 32 over 5 equals to negative 8K. And the other one is 7 over 5 equals to 2K. So the question is this K value going to be the same? And we find that the K value is not the same. One is going to be 10 over 3 and satu lagi adalah 5. So because it is not the same, therefore, Samad boleh melihat 10B, kemah B, tanpa kena halang oleh 10C because they're not in one line. Okay, mereka bukan segaris. Okay, so this is the idea that I want you to get. Okay, the idea of sebaris. Okay, now can I use BC adalah sama dengan KCD? You can use this also. Okay, you can also use this if you want lah. But the reason why I'm using BD because CD is susah mau kira lah. Okay, you want to go CO plus OD, boleh juga lah. Okay, but you will still get the same thing. You will get different values of K. So since the values of K are different, therefore it is not segaris. It is not linear. It's not in what is the word? Collinear. Okay, it's not in one line. If it is in one line, means the values of the K will be the same. Okay, the values of K same means you will be blocked lah. Okay, you will be blocked. Okay, so B is a very good question. Actually, it is a really good question, except that it's so, yeah, I know. Okay. Question C, given that magnitude of P is 2 units, magnitude of Q is 3 units, BOE is 90 degrees. Okay, so you're given that this is 90 degrees. Okay, find the magnitude of BE. Okay, find the magnitude of BE, which is this. Okay, so since this is 90 degrees, obviously BE is the hypotenuse. Okay, so, and this is quite simple. This is 7Q. And this whole thing is 8P. Okay, so I'm going to draw this again. So this is 7Q, this is 8P. And we know that P is 2 units. So this will be 8 times 2, which will be 16. This will be Q is 3. So 7 times 3 equals to 21. So you can find the magnitude of this by using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, you should be able to get the answer 26.4 units. Okay. Okay. What I can promise you is after this, all the questions are very standard indeed. There's no weird questions. Okay, all the questions of this are very standard. So I'm just going to skim through this very quickly. Okay, this is the linear law question. Linear law question, nothing really much to this. If you do everything correctly, you should get a graph something like this with a y-intercept of about 19. Okay, about 19 you should be able to get. And then find the value of y when x equals to 2.4. If x equals to 2.4, then you need to find the 1 over x, okay, which will give you like some weird value. 1 over 2.4 is so you find 0.42 over here. Okay, so you should be able to get the answer around y equals to 0.576. Okay, now express y in terms of x. Okay, I've given you the final answer, but if you really want, and I'm just going to give this to you as a guide, everybody, because we all know that. Sorry, we all know that this question, different people will get different values. So don't really sangat lah. Okay, so your gradient, okay, the gradient should be about 21.6, negative 21.6. Okay, so you should be able to get x squared over y equals to negative 21.6, 1 over x plus 19. Okay, this is the linear equation. Of course, you have to pindah-pindah this supaya kamu dapat dalam bentuk beginilah. Oh no. Okay, so that you can get into this form. So I'm going to show you only up to here lah. Okay, the gradient is about negative 21.6. If you get a little bit different, don't worry about it. Okay, yang paling penting, the shape of the graph is correct. Okay, shape of the graph is correct. If your shape of the graph is wrong, probably means that your table needs to be checked. Okay, so yeah. Number 10, in an orchard, the probability of a mango is P. Sample of n mangoes, you're given the mean is 40 and the variance is 15. Okay, so NP equals to 40, NPQ equals to 15. You can find the value of Q, and then after that, find the value of P. Okay, I'm not going to do this for you. You can do this yourself. Okay, basket consists of 8 mangoes. Now you're given N equals to 8. Given the probability of a rotten mango is 2 over 5. So if rotten mango is 2 over 5, the question is asking for good mangoes. So we want our P to be 3 over 5. Our Q will be 2 over 5. At least 2. At least 2 means you want to find P2 plus P3 plus P4 sampai P8, which is crazy people's work lah. Okay, so do it the other way around. You get 1 minus P0 and minus P1. Okay, do this method instead, and you will get this answer, 0.9915. Okay, it's not a difficult question, very standard. Okay, in a school, 90 pupils set for an additional mathematics test, normally distributed. So you know this is a normal distribution question. Mean 45, variance of 144. Okay, I want to remind people again that this is the variance. You need to change it to standard deviation because the formula that is given to you, which you can only use this formula, okay, this is standard deviation. It's not variance. The question will always give you variance. So it's your responsibility to remember that you need to change it to standard deviation, which is 144 square root. Okay, which will give you, that means the standard deviation equals to 12. Okay, mark it down so that you remember. Now in the test, the pupils who obtain the marks between 40 and 60. So these are our x values. Okay, x equals to 40, x equals to 60 will enter the group Juara. Find the number of pupils. So in order to find the number of pupils, you have to find the probability and then multiply by 90. Okay, find the probability. Then after that, multiply by 90. Okay, which is the number of students. Okay. Next, given that 63% of the pupils pass the test, when they give you a percentage, This means that this is 0.63. The probability is 0.63, required to calculate the minimum marks required to pass the test. Minimum marks means the tanda is lebih. You need to score more than a certain, no, lebih atau sama dengan, more or equal to that, this one. So you need to be aware of which side the Z score is in. Okay, so the probability is more than 0.5 and the tanda yang kita mau adalah lebih. So the Z score will be a negative number. Okay, so be aware of this. Okay, when you read the table, when you find the Z score must be a negative number. Okay, so once you do that, okay, then you will be able to get the correct minimum marks, which is about 42 lah. I think you get like 42 point something lah. Okay, but you can round it off to 42. Okay, for this one. So we find that in this paper is the soalan yang awal-awal yang susah. Number 1 to number 8 lah, especially. Okay, but we find that the linear law is quite standard. Then this one also very standard. Okay, nothing really special or like, you know, super hebat about it lah. If you've answered enough questions, you will know how to do this. Okay, all right. And we find that the further behind we go, the questions get like more and more boring and more normal. Okay, diagram shows the sector of OAC where circle center O, tangents A, B, and CB meet at the circle at B. Okay, so these are both tangents. Okay, ini adalah tangent, ini adalah tangent. So we know that this 90 degrees, this 90 degrees to the tangent, not to the curve. Okay, the arc is of the length 15 cm. So this is 15 cm and the angle is 3/7 pi. Okay, this should be a clue to you. If the question gives you 3/7 pi, don't need to go and sebok-sebok and want to put in the pi value. Okay, it's not necessary. Leave your answer as pi. Okay, so find the length of OA. You use the formula S equals to R theta because S is given, S is given, theta is given. Okay, so all you need to do is just to find the radius because OA is the radius. Okay, you get 11.14. Now the perimeter of the shaded region, okay, is the length of this plus this length plus this length. Okay, now the good news about this is, the good news about this is if you have found the length of BA, if you have found the length of BA, it is the same as the length of BC. It's the same length. How do I know this? Because these are properties of circles. Okay, properties of circles where the tangents meet. Okay, so I'm going to draw a helpful line over here. Hopefully this helps you. Okay, it's something that we've seen before. So the tangents, when they meet, they are of the same length because they cover the same angle. So you count this one, you already know. Okay, and how do I count the value of, so how do I count the value of this BA? Okay, I already have the value of OA, which is 11.14. Do I have this angle? Yes, I do. Okay, it's 3/7 pi, so divide by 2 will be 3/14 pi. 3/7 divided by 2. So I can use tangent. Tangent 3/14 pi equals to BA over 11.14. Okay, now if you're not going to change your calculator into radian mode, okay, make sure you change this into degrees. Okay, so this will be 3/14 times 180. So you get about 38.57. Okay, degrees. Okay, how to change this to degree? Just multiply by 180 lah. Okay, nothing much here lah. Okay, last one, the area of the shaded region. The same principle applies. If you calculate this area, you also calculate this area already. Okay, so you don't need to really think very hard. Okay, so area of triangle. Okay, calculate the area of triangle. Okay, OBA minus the area of sector. Okay, minus this area of sector, green color. Okay, then after that you times 2, because whatever you do on one side, you get on the other side. Okay, you should be able to get 15.42 cm. Okay, my only worry is that you will forget to change this to degrees. My only worry is that you will forget to change this 3/14 or 3/7 to degrees when you need to change it to degrees. So be aware of this. Okay, most of the time the mistakes will come from there. You forget to change the angle value, things like that. Okay. All right, we come to the last two questions, and then I'm only going to do the two that we usually do. Those of you who want to do question number 13 and number 15, okay, you have to ask me for the answer later. Okay, but I'm only going to discuss question number 12 and 14, which is the usual questions that I answer. Okay, diagram 7 shows a cyclic quadrilateral, ABCD, and CDE is a straight line. Okay, so cyclic quadrilateral means this angle and this angle is the same. Okay, so you also know that this is 56 degrees. Okay, that's a very important feature. Okay, so you're given all these values. AB equals to 5.73. So long. Okay, AB is 5.73. BC is 7.55, AD is 5.41, ADE is 56. Okay, find the length of AC. So usually the first few questions not very difficult lah. Okay, find the value. The length of AC is use cos rule because you have the two sides and you have the angle, so you can find the length of AC. Then how to find the CAD? This one. Okay, how to find this angle I can find this angle because this will be 180 minus 56. Okay, and then I can use that to find this angle. Okay, once I find this angle, okay, so I can use the sine rule to find this angle. Okay, to find this angle, and then after that, 180 minus D minus C to find this angle. Okay, you should get 11.84. Now, the shortest distance from point B to straight line AC is always the height. Okay, it's always the height. So whenever you think about shortest distance, usually the area of triangle comes into play. So that means half times base times height, okay, equals to half AB sine C. Both the areas of triangle you find. So you have this one, and this one. You can find the area of the triangle. Half 5.73 times 7.55 times sine 56 equals to half times base times height. You want to find the height, which is the shortest distance. Okay, if you've answered these questions enough, it should be familiar with you. Okay, shortest distance always refers to the height of the triangle. Okay, and there is more than one way to count the area of the triangle. Okay, half times base times height is the most basic one. Then AB sine C, half AB sine C is the other way. Okay, whether it's in a circle or it's just a normal triangle. Okay, just be aware of where is the A, where is the B, and where is the C. Okay, question B1, sketch a triangle ACD which has a different shape from our current ACD. Okay, sorry, let me rub all this off. Can I use FR's method? Oh no, I can't use FR's method. Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, ACD that has the same shape. Oh no, different shape from triangle ACD, but AD equals to AD. Sorry. And AC equals to AC, and ACD is the same. Okay, so this angle cannot change. Okay, AC and AD are the same ones. Okay, this one and this one must be the same. Okay, and the angle of ACD must be the same. So this angle cannot change. Okay, which means that these two lines tidak boleh berubah. Sorry. Okay, this angle cannot change. So this angle is touching what? This angle is touching this line and this line. So these two lines tidak boleh berubah kedudukan. Yang hanya boleh berubah kedudukan now is AD. Okay, and we know that when we draw a new triangle, we have to make it an isosceles triangle. So if AD is here, so I'm going to draw another AD over here. Oh, sorry. So ugly. Maybe something like this. So my new triangle will be A, this is D prime, and this is my C prime. Okay, A prime, C prime, D prime. Yeah. Okay, so this will be what my new triangle will look like on top of the old triangle. Okay, so in order to find this new length, okay, we have this length and we have this length. Okay, and since we have that, hold on, I need to be able to see the diagram properly. Yeah. We can use sine rule. CD over sine 79.4. We can use this total angle over here. Okay, equals to 5.41 over sine 44.16. ACD. This is 44.16. Okay, yeah, this length we know already lah, AD. So I can use this angle with this line. Oh no. Okay, sorry, I can use this angle with this line, okay, to and use the sine rule, okay, to use with this angle and this line. So ini yang saya mau cari. Okay, so this angle, according to this, it says that this is 79.84 degrees. Yes. Okay, 79.84 degrees. This will still be 5.41. Okay, so this one with the 44.16 and then 79.84 with the CD, and you should be able to get CD equals to 7.644. Okay, yeah, 79.84. Yeah, should be able to get 7.84. Okay, all right. One last question, then we call it a day. Okay. There's nothing really much to this. This is actually pretty easy also. Okay, price of ingredient Q increased by 30% from the year 2018 to 2020. So the value of Y will definitely be 130 because of the words increased by 30%. Okay, so once you have the Y 130, then we have X and we can find Z from there. Okay, this is quite easily done. Then you can calculate the composite index. The weightage is all given over here. So of course, the most important thing is you need to make sure that your Z is not wrong. So kalau Z kamu salah, then everything else is going to be wrong. You won't get 0, but you will not get the full marks. Okay. C is probably the slightly challenging one. Now, it is given that the composite index for the cost of making hand lotion increased by 60%. Okay, from 2016 to 2020. So I'm going to put this here. The total price 2020 over the total price 2016 times 100 is equals to 60% means 160. Okay, increase becomes 160. And then you have the composite index of this 130.53, which is the total price of 2020 over the total price of 2018 times 100 equals to 130.53. And the question is asking you for 2018 over 2016. Okay, so in order to have 2018 over 2016, okay, times 100 lah. Okay, equals to, okay, we need to change this. This has to be 2018 over 2020. 2020 times 2020 over 2016. Okay, then you times 100, correct? You still have to times 100. Okay, so this 2018 over 2020, if 2020 over 2018 is 130.55, so ini akan menjadi, this will become 1 over 130.53. This will become times 160. Okay, multiply by 160. And then you get times 100. Okay, in order to get this answer, 122.58. So we find that even in this question, the chain rule still applies. You know, if you want 2018 over 2016, then tahun perantaraan is 2020. Okay, so you can still use that. Oh, sorry. You can still use that same method, which is, okay, you have this. Okay, and you have this 20 over 2016. So if I want 2018 over 2016, so this would be 2018 over 2020 times 2020 over 2018. 16, sorry. So this one you can ganti terus, tapi ini, because this is terbalik makan, so you have to terbalik lah. Okay, and then since there is an element of terbalik, you have to times by 100. Okay, and you should be able to get this answer 122.58. Now, once you have done that, then the question 2 is quite simple actually. Okay, the cost of making a bottle of hand lotion is 240 in the year 2016. You want to find 2020. Okay, and they say you want to find the maximum number of hand lotion. So first of all, you have to find you have to use this 160. Okay, you have to use the 160 index given to you. Sorry, composite index. Composite index given to you. Okay, so the price is 240 in 2016. So the price in 2020 over 240 times 100 equals to 160. So you find the price in 2020 first. And if your total allocation is 195000, okay, you bahagi sajalah kan dengan harga satu botol to find how much hand lotion you can get, which is 50781. Okay. So, having seen this whole question paper, we can kind of make a conclusion that actually usually the behind questions, soalan yang kita biasa jawab index number, solution of triangles, linear law, even circle, okay, even circular measure. If you look at this question, okay, this particular set of paper is not that difficult Yang susah sebenarnya adalah all the ones at the beginning, especially the vector question, which is so good. Okay, so again to say that when you answer the paper to paper, don't start with number 1, especially if you don't know what number 1 is talking about. Start with the questions that you know. Okay, that's why it's important to to try again, or to answer as many exercise questions as you can on the questions that you are more confident in. That's the more important thing. Okay, once you're confident in that, then when you sit for the exam, then you answer those questions first. Okay, doesn't matter whether kalau kamu terjawab soalan nombor 13 dahulu it's okay. You're not required to arrange your answers on number 1 on top, number 10 at the bottom you can answer with number 13 first. Totally fine. The most important thing is don't answer too many questions on one page. Okay, so you get like this is one piece of paper. Sini lah nombor 1, sini lah nombor 2, then sini nombor 3, dan lepas tu sini nombor 4, and then lepas tu dia cari ruang lagi untuk nombor 5. Jangan juga, please. Okay, start a new question with a new page. That's good practice. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter whether the question that you answer first is number 13 or number 1, as long as you start a new question on a fresh page. Okay, that's the most important thing.